Are you a soul that may be a parent now that had to parent their parent or a younger sibling? If so, you may have gone through a term called parentification. I remember parentification in my own life, and I'll give you an example. I have a big brother, I have a little sister. I felt like their dad wasn't a real dad. I didn't feel like he was a adequate father. So what did I do? Or what did I feel like I needed to do? Or what did my mother feel like, kind of giving me the rein to do without really saying too much? I was dropping off my brother, picking him up from school, I was doing council meetings. I was having one-on-one talks. I was doing everything a father is supposed to do for his son. Like I said, I was doing pickup drop-offs every single day. Parent-teacher conferences. Oh, I'm big brother. I'm not dad, I'm big brother. That was me. That was my life. Parentification. We'll be talking about all of it, but I do feel like parentification could also be a form of, like a distant cousin of being like a son husband, or a distant cousin of being, what's the other one? A daughter wife. But we'll also get into those terms. But when it comes to parentification, you'll also find that, helping out with the siblings and helping out with the household, it starts at a young age. It typically starts off at a young age. You doing the assisting, I say preteen. I mean, back in the day, and I'm not saying it was right, but there was a lot of families back in the day where you had big sister or big brother taking care of all the siblings. 5, 6, 7 siblings. And big brother or big sister was making sure that the siblings were able to eat. Big brother or big sister was the one to make sure that they was dressed and they was clothed and they was ready for school. Parentification. It can spill out in a lot of positive and negative ways, which is the next topic I'll be going over. And when it comes to parentification, there's a lot of easy ways to heal it. Right? It's a lot of easy ways to acknowledge that it's there. All right, and for one is acknowledging that everybody's well-being is not your responsibility. This is like you taking away your not necessarily the black sheep, but being the head of the family, being the one that everybody calls to solve their problems. If that's you and you're still okay and you've healed doing that, you know what I mean, and it hasn't phased you, of course I'm not talking to you. But if you're the one that it still weighs on you heavily, you see yourself not being able to accomplish your own goals because you're too busy worrying about every single family member that you have. You know what I mean? You're trying to get your brother graduated. You're trying to get your sister to this level. You're trying to make sure that your mama got this. It could be overwhelming. So you need to definitely make sure you're taking the time for yourself. And if you have a family, make sure you're pouring into that family also. Parentification can also lead to issues in like the workplace. Knowing how to set boundaries. So that's how you would have to heal it. You would have to learn how to set boundaries in the workplace, set boundaries at home, set boundaries with your friends. You would have to relearn your inner child, find your peace. And if you haven't, you could check out my book on inner child healing. Great, easy intro book to learning this stuff. But yeah. Another good one is we need to learn how to accept support. A lot of us that go through parentification, we have a hard time asking for help. So after you heal, after you get to the point where you're okay with expressing how you feel about a situation and it not sound like you're nagging and it sounds like you're trying to get insight, the support will come. You will stop feeling so icky about asking for help. And a big one is really making sure that you up the self-care. And I know that word gets thrown around a lot, but remember, you got to make sure that you're good so then you can make sure that you can take care of your family. If there's no you, we don't know how they would be doing, right? We have to make sure we're doing this work to ensure that our children have parents that are healed, that can make sure that they're allowed to be children. Listen to what I just said. We're healing, so then we're allowing our children to actually be children.